Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the part 1 of today's session. In this module, we will be dealing with the new chapter, Magnetism and Matter. The topics discussed here are the bar magnet and magnetic field lines and bar magnet as an equivalent solenoid. So let us discuss a few properties of magnetism. The properties of magnets are: magnets attract metals. They have directive property, that is, magnetic materials tend to point in the north-south direction if they are freely suspended. The like poles repel and unlike poles attract. Like poles means similar poles. For example, two north poles or two south poles. Unlike poles means a north pole and a south pole. So like poles repel and unlike poles attract. Magnetic poles cannot be isolated. That is, they always exist in pairs. Even if you cut a magnet, you will be having one north pole and south pole. Magnetic induction. A magnet induces magnetism in a magnetic substance placed near it, and this phenomenon is known as magnetic induction. Now let us discuss about a bar magnet. A bar magnet is a rectangular piece of object which is made up of iron, steel or any other ferromagnetic substance having permanent magnetic properties. The magnet has two poles, a north pole and a south pole. The picture of a bar magnet is shown in the figure. Now let us discuss something about the magnetic field lines. As we had studied electric field lines, magnetic field lines are imaginary lines which give a pictorial representation for the magnetic field inside and around the magnet. The properties of magnetic field lines are: magnetic field lines form continuous closed loops. The tangent to the field at any point gives the direction of magnetic field at that point. Larger the density of field lines at a point, the stronger will be the magnetic field at that point. Magnetic field lines do not intersect or cross each other. If they cross each other, then it means that at the point of intersection there can be two directions for magnetic field at the same time, which is impossible. Now let us discuss about bar magnet as an equivalent solenoid. You are all familiar with a solenoid. A solenoid is nothing but a coil of wire. So let us take a solenoid coil of length 2L and radius A. Let dx be a small section of this solenoid. Let O be the center point of the solenoid and P be any point along the axis of the solenoid. Let the origin, that is the intersection of x and y axis, be represented by O, the center point of the solenoid, and let this section of width dx be at a distance x from the center of the solenoid. Now, considering the solenoid and taking any point along the axial line, we know the magnitude of magnetic field due to this circular loop carrying current I is given by dB is equivalent to mu 0 dx n I a square divided by 2 into r minus x whole square plus a square whole raised to 3 by 2. This equation is derived from Biot-Savart's law. Here, small n represents the number of turns per unit length and dx into small n represents the number of turns in the thickness dx. Taking the length of the solenoid from minus L to plus L, we can integrate the above expression and get an equation for magnetic field B. So here mu 0 small n I a square and 2 can be taken outside. So magnetic field B is given by mu 0 n a square by 2 into I into integral minus L to plus L, that is taking the entire length of the solenoid, integrating the expression dx divided by r minus x whole square plus a square whole raised to 3 by 2. 2 is taken outside, so it is not present on the right side of the integral sign. Here, the distance r from the center of the solenoid to the external point P along the axial line is very much greater compared to A or L, where A represents the radius of the solenoid coil and L represents the length of the solenoid coil. Hence, the denominator r minus x whole square plus a square whole raised to 3 by 2 will be approximately equivalent to r square whole raised to 3 by 2, which is r cube, since x and a are negligible. And the integral becomes b is equivalent to mu 0 ni a square divided by 2r cube into integral minus L to plus L dx. We know integral of 1 dx is x raised to 0 plus 1 by 0 plus 1, which is simply x. Substituting the upper limit minus the lower limit, we get L minus L, which is L plus L, which is 2L. So B becomes mu 0 ni a square divided by 2r cube into 2L. Calculating the magnitude of magnetic moment of the solenoid, we know magnetic moment M is equivalent to NIA, where N represents the total number of turns, I is the current through the solenoid, and A represents the area of the loop. Here, capital N can be replaced by small n into 2L, where small n represents number of turns per unit length. I is the current, area is pi a square. Hence, in the above equation, multiplying and dividing it by pi and rearranging the terms, we get B is equivalent to mu 0 by 4 pi 2m divided by r cube. This is the expression for magnetic field due to a solenoid on the axial line at a distance r from its center. This magnetic field is also the field due to a bar magnet having a magnetic moment small m. Hope you have understood about the common points regarding magnetism, bar magnet, and bar magnet as an equivalent solenoid. Thank you, dear students.